Hello again. My last little poetry reading, my last extract from a Seren book from our indie publisher of the month, is from Still by Christopher Meredith. And this is the collection and the poem that gave me the idea to do this in the first place, because I was having a flick through these new poetry collections when they came in, just to see if I was going to recommend any of them, if I liked it enough to buy myself, and I could not stop myself from reading this poem aloud. And that's why I love poetry, is that it's language crafted to be spoken and to be heard. And I love the sheer euphony, the sheer confidence with which Meredith has written this one. And I really, really hope that I can do it justice. So here it is. This is John Blight at the Land's End. The British bards named it Penringard, the promontory of blood, for some fearful conflict which took place there. J.T. Blight, author and illustrator, A Week at the Land's End, 1861. My witness was composed in patience and a thinking eye, and then that craft and industry that graved the shifting world into a fixity of lines. So inland and where sea perturbed the rock, I walked and sketched to score the plates, and wrote it all down, wrote it all, each anecdote, each inch in history, and in my lines my own good sense and learning placed with the layered ages and the layered land, portraying, here, a comely inn or church, an ancient stone, a tranquil figure, in for scale, and there, close in, a fish, a cliff-top plant, a bird, all ordered and contained, composed. And I watched seas wash away ancestral temples, or men topple them for pigsties in a yard of barren dirt, watched them dig for gold or tin for their heart's alchemy, and digging so uproot the deep stone of their own story, stilling what I could in steel and ink, fish scale, oriole, club moss, cromlech, fugitive stones and fugitive tongues. And I stood where the rock shore stands and falls away, essayed in the same scratched plate to remake its granite stacks and blocks, and render the unthinking tide to move in still Atlantics in the one carved line, stood becalmed and storm-racked in my own head's land, drenched in the foam of intellectual blood, and calmly, calmly stared into the churning chambers where stone and ocean trade their elements, and listened calmly, calmly heard in each surge's hiss the quenching of a leoness, an Ys, and calmly hid and showed it all, yes, all of it, or all I could, in tight precision of the hard grooves, scarred in steel. And into those black runnels, into those torn funnels of the senseless rock, I let fall my friends, my murderers, my own 5 wits. I poured them all away. I poured my wits. I poured my wits away.